I think it's safe to say that the Liberty are currently running the full court press to try to get Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark didn't play in the All-Star game, but fans quickly noticed her close bond with Liberty star Sabrina Ionescu. From sitting together to warm-ups and a viral Instagram comment, looked extremely natural in that locker room. Speculation sparked about a possible future team-up. Whether it's Sabrina eyeing Indiana or Caitlin being drawn to New York, something seems to be brewing. The respect between them is clear, on and off the court, with moments like Sabrina giving up her photo seat for Caitlin and praising her return from injury. It's all fueling talk, and the Fever front office should be paying attention.
I mean, obviously we're good friends. Like, I've been able to talk to her a lot kind of through this, process. And honestly, I've kind of went through something similar in my career. I mean, my first year I didn't play due to injury, and then second year I had like 3 to 4 soft tissue injuries that I was dealing with. And it's kind of, you look back and it's a blessing in disguise because you're able to just learn and grow and, understand it's all part of your journey, and you just got to, continue to figure out what you need in a pro career. And so, just trying to be that kind of soundboard for her and that voice, having gone through something kind of similar, and, knowing obviously it's really unfortunate that we don't have her, but, she means a lot more to the game than just showing up and playing. And I think you're able to see that with just the excitement in Indy right now, regardless of if she's playing or not.
Sabrina Ionescu hasn't just been friendly with Caitlin Clark. She's shown genuine support as a mentor and peer, helping her through injuries and mental strain. With Sabrina set to become an unrestricted free agent after the season, she'll have options and leverage. Indiana, with Caitlin still on a rookie deal and the salary cap expected to rise, could be an ideal fit. Playing alongside Clark means more than basketball. It brings unmatched attention, influence, and legacy-building potential. Sabrina already has sponsors and a signature shoe, but teaming up with Caitlin could amplify her impact beyond the court. While staying in New York is safe and competitive, winning in Indiana with Clark could be a defining moment for both their careers.
Many people are insinuating that Caitlin Clark could potentially be recruiting her to Indy too, based off this comment right here, looking real natural in the locker room. I don't think Caitlin Clark's recruiting her. I believe that Caitlin Clark is definitely getting recruited, bro. Sabrina Ionescu is the A side. Look, whenever you're the A side in an argument, you don't have to go to the B side. Sabrina Ionescu already won a championship in New York. She already have proven herself in New York. There's no reason whatsoever for her to come to Indy.
But that begs the question, what if we've been looking at this the wrong way? What if it's not Sabrina who's on the move? What if Caitlin is the one headed to New York? Now, I'm telling you right now.
I'm telling you right now, a lot of Indiana Fever fans is not happy with all of this. Typically, these are the people that's from Indy, which I respect that. I respect their opinions. They're not happy entertaining these little woes they're having all over the internet with none other than Sabrina and Caitlin. Well, I'm here to tell you, they gonna have to...
So, the flip side of all this is that Caitlin's the one headed to New York. And honestly, there's some smoke here. Yes, we've witnessed the amicable moments between Caitlin and Sabrina, but it goes deeper than that. There have been hints that maybe a discourse is already beginning behind the scenes.
We got Sabrina, we got the agent, we got Stewie, we got Caitlin Clark looking like I ain't seen her this happy all year. Right here. I ain't seen her. And look at Sandy. Sandy's grinning with her hand on Caitlin's shoulder.
Caitlin's meeting with the Liberty coach and many players after their game versus the Fever wasn't a brief handshake. She lingered, talked, smiled, and the aura was tough to ignore. Everyone seemed comfortable, friendly, familiar, and yep, Caitlin's agent, Aaron Kane, was also there. Now, to be fair, this happened before the CBA discussions, so some folks chalked it up to league business or all-star coordination. Her agent is headquartered in New York, and the game was in New York, so maybe it was simply timing. But even so, something about this season has been different between Caitlin and the Liberty. There's been a respect, a vibe that stood out. Caitlin even traded for their head coach, Sandy Brondello, during the All-Star draft. And if you recall that viral step-back 3 Caitlin hit on Breanna Stewart earlier in the season, Sandy was clapping in the background. Not passive, polite clapping, genuinely excited. That's not nothing. I mean, just listen to Sandy when she's asked if Caitlin will help coach in the All-Star game.
Obviously, Caitlin Clark out of the game, but she's expressed her desire to help you out from the coaching perspective. Have you gotten anything about maybe her traits as a coach?
Yeah, not yet. No, obviously unfortunate about Caitlin's not into this game, but she's going to still have a great impact on this team. I will give the coaching hat to her as much as she wants, to be quite honest. So, we're going to play around with it a little bit. It'll be fun to... I think you've seen it with the Fever. She's been very active on the sideline when she wasn't playing, so we'll utilise that as well.
There's no ego there. She's unhappy that Caitlin won't play, telling the supporters that she'll have a huge impact in the game and willing to let her essentially take over. That's called putting the game and the fans first. When you sum it all, important members of the Liberty clearly like Caitlin. They respect her. They realize what she means to the sport. And it's refreshing because in the WNBA, that type of open support hasn't been the norm. Perhaps it's because New York's a big market. They get solid crowd turnout without Caitlin. They're champs and they're not insecure. Let me know if you agree in the comments. So, for several fans, the interaction following the Liberty Fever game wasn't just a moment. It felt like a stepping stone, a possible indicator of anything down the line. Not necessarily a move right now, but a door that's cracked open and staying open.
This is how it starts in sports. This is how it starts in the NFL. This is how it starts in the NBA. When you start seeing the wheels in motion, there's signs. There's signs before eventually a player gets traded. A player eventually marks their next destination.
All-Star game, it wasn't only Sabrina. It felt like everyone was getting along with Caitlin.
Full court press is on. These again, inseparable from Sabrina all weekend. Sandy Brondolo, the stuff that Sandy Brondolo has been saying towards Caitlin Clark, it has been big, and you're seeing the New York Liberty doing everything they can to at least make it seem like they at least want Caitlin.
Caitlin was even vibing with the Liberty's mascot, Ellie. It was small, but again, it merely added to the idea that something is brewing. But now, let's get real. How likely is it that Caitlin Clark would leave Indiana for New York? Here's the reality. Caitlin is locked into her existing arrangement for 2 more years. There is a potential that the Fever don't exercise her 4th year, but come on, what are the odds of it happening? She's tripled the franchise's value, improved ticket sales, merch, media deals, everything. There is no situation where Indiana just lets her walk. So, the only way Caitlin quits before that timeline is if she forces a deal. And look, it's been a turbulent season. The roster moves have been erratic. Some of the signings haven't worked out. And the coaching is a massive question mark. So yeah, there's chatter. If things don't change, if the franchise doesn't start developing a serious challenger around her, if she keeps carrying this much weight with this little protection, she could make a move. And now those Liberty interactions, they don't look so casual anymore. They start to look strategic, and the Fever had better start paying notice because Caitlin Clark is a once-in-a-lifetime business growth opportunity.
She's the biggest sports star in basketball. One could argue, okay, LeBron's hanging around. If you want to say LeBron, fine. Steph, okay, she's in the top 3 with Steph and LeBron and in the WNBA. You better take a drone. I mean, you better pull back from 50,000 feet and see all the picture of what's going on right now.
The Fever had to understand something, and fast. Caitlin would be a great rock star in New York, and half of the Fever fan base would follow her, and that's partly because of how Caitlin has been managed and promoted by the Fever. This extends beyond the X's and O's. It's been a recurring practice in the league to downplay Caitlin's triumphs or distribute her impact wherever practical. And it happens within the Fever. This is a recent example when Stephanie White was asked to speak on Caitlin Clark earning an SP for Player of the Year.
Just heard about it, but during the game, Caitlin got honored as the WNBA Player of the Year, and the ESPYs just what does it mean to have her impact so far? I mean, there are a lot of really good players in this league, and she got honored as the best player in the league by the ESPYs.
Yeah, I mean, obviously she continues to get new awards. She continues to break barriers. She continues to do things that we haven't seen before. I mean, you know, obviously you think about the Stewie's MVPs of the league, and you know, championship winners, and Asia's MVPs of the league and championship winners, and of course Sue Bird, who's sitting, you know, in the building today. And you know, Caitlin is so fortunate, as well as all these guys, really. I mean, that they don't know anything any different than the WNBA.
It's surprising that instead of simply praising Caitlin Clark as a phenomenal rookie who's already elevated the league and her team, some feel the need to redirect attention to others like Breanna, Stewart, or Sue Bird, as if acknowledging Clark's impact takes away from theirs. But here's the reality. If it ever came down to a choice, logic suggests the Fever would revamp the roster, replace the coach, whatever it takes, before letting Clark go. Still, with comments from the Fever president about building a brand like Apple, there's a chance they'd adopt a "no one is bigger than the team" mindset, which could backfire. If Gretzky and LeBron can be traded, no one's truly untouchable. That's why Indiana should make the first move and go after Sabrina Ionescu. Basketball fit, marketing impact, and personal chemistry all align. But for Sabrina, it's a bigger risk. The Liberty are title contenders, and leaving that stability isn't easy, even with endorsements cushioning the pay cut. Maybe this isn't about right now, but about building towards something in a few years. Whether it's Indiana, New York, or somewhere like Golden State, the idea of Caitlin and Sabrina teaming up is gaining momentum. The big question, can the Fever hold on to Clark long term? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.